you had really good vision, you can see that's glucose there, starch up here. We'll look at this through to pyruvate. So this is glycolysis, acetyl-CoA, Krebs cycle. We'll look at this core part. It's something that everybody has on planet Earth, this kind of metabolism. We're not going to be looking at how to make DNA and RNA and stuff. So core pathways like glycolysis are in all life forms. Also, how to make glucose from other things like amino acids. That's a process called gluconeogenesis, the making of new glucose. Pentose phosphate pathway, I don't know if we'll have time for that. But, and everything that's aerobic, at least all aerobic organisms, are going to have a Krebs cycle or so-called citric acid cycle where you burn the acetyl-CoA completely to CO2 and make ATP with the electrons in oxidative phosphorylation. Plants are all going to have a Calvin cycle. That's the one that allows them to fix CO2. So there's a picture here of there's some pathways that everybody, all organisms are going to need. There's some pathways like the Calvin cycle that select groups of organisms will need, and none of others. Okay, so metabolic pathways are, as I said, one-way streets. But there's usually one way there and one way back. So let's say you're talking about fatty acid metabolism. You break it down through this pathway called beta oxidation to these two carbon chunks known as acetyl-CoA. So that's one metabolic pathway. And a heart cell does that all day long to get energy. What if you were in a cell, though, that was doing this, and then later on, after conditions changed, there was a lot of excess energy, and that tissue wanted to make some fatty acid, wanted to repair a membrane or something, it needed some fatty acids. There would be this fatty acids biosynthesis pathway that goes from acetyl-CoA to fatty acids. So A to B is one way, B to A is another pathway. They're not the exact same pathway. This one is downhill. It's catabolic. The biosynthetic reaction, by definition, is going to be uphill thermodynamically. You have to have different enzymes and different intermediates. Now, just pose the question. You can think about it. Why do you have to have separate pathways to connect two endpoints in two different directions?